should.
All right. All right. So this gentleman right here is, I mean, the gift that keeps on giving. That's what I'm describing this gentleman. But I think there's something about an event that this gentleman is always at. You know what I mean? And I'm only finding out that, if I bump into him, I'm probably at the right place because, success breeds success. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Lion Tutoring, my brother. I met him yesterday, or you saw him on the previous episode. He's the founder and CEO of Lion Tutoring. Amazing things happening over there. Thobo is here.
Yeah, thanks a lot, bro.
What up, man?
I appreciate it. Yeah.
So why are you always at these events?
The stars are lined, man. I told you, even the way we're dressed today, man, I was like, the stars are lined up.
Yeah. I love it. It's good to see you.
This is where we meet great people like you, and you gotta be in the same
You need to tell them
places.
how great I am. But good to see you, man.
Yeah.
We're at the Botswana Institutional Investors Summit. Tell me about your invite, right?
Yeah.
I always want to hear the intricacies and the little details in what then transforms to be what this is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who invited you? How did you get it? How did you feel getting the invite? And what did it mean to you?
Yeah, so without disclosing much, as you know, as companies, it's our duty to raise capital for growth.
Yes.
So there's a couple of asset managers that we've been doing some deals.
Yeah.
And they invited to say, here's a workshop that is going to help you guys with corporate governance, how to set up proper corporate governance structures in our business and have it corporatized, so that's by the time you take the outside money or the outside capital, you have the right systems of, our accounting, and accounting goes with accountability.
Yes.
Have a board of directors, have a corporate entity over and above what you're already doing. So, it was basically an invite from some of the asset managers, investors, etc.
Yeah. So what does it mean to you getting such an invite? I get what it is, but what does it mean to a CEO of a company like Lion Tutoring?
Yeah, it's a huge, like I said, vote of confidence.
Of course, right.
And also, an investment. Investment doesn't only come with money. It comes with being invited in forums like these where you get to learn. Yeah. And me being me, every time I get into a situation like this, I'm always having my laptop taking notes.
Yeah,
then
I saw that earlier on.
Then from here, I'm going to really unpack and get to learn more, There's a lot that we can learn from forums like these. Then you do learning from, taking a course. Not that I'm against that, but it's sort of bundled up in 2 or 3 days. Yeah. Something that you could have learned in a year or 2 years in a master's course or an MBA. It has really been packaged well and easily to consume.
What is the current landscape, do you think, looks like right now as far as investment is concerned in Botswana, right? Yeah. Because the government has told us that things are not really looking good as far as the economy is concerned. Investment needs to be a form of diversification, in my opinion. Yes. But what have you seen that would describe the current landscape investment, that is? Yeah.
So just to borrow a bit from the last presentation from Dr. Mahlanza, on the past 10 years, investments into pension funds have always been put offshore because, when they invest offshore, taxes are better in certain countries. Your asset managers, asset managers also the return is higher. So that's why our parents' pensions have been invested abroad. But that needs to change because it's growing economies which sometimes have nothing to do with us, as you can see with the recent tariffs, they really don't care about us, and we're putting our parents' pension monies to grow their economies because maybe there's an extra 5% return that you can get from abroad than locally. So I think it really calls our asset managers, it calls our pension funds to be more patriotic. And it's something that we've seen with the current administration to say, let's repatriate some of the investments and get to invest into local companies. As big as they are, some are quite small, and they should actually be a mandate to say X amount should be invested in SMMEs, companies that are having less than a 50 million valuation, So I think that is one way that the economy can really grow.
It's funny we're talking about, investment, man, because yesterday when we spoke, you're like, man, we need investment. Synthesis is killing us.
Yeah, true that. Man.
You know, have you met anyone, had any conversation at all about possible collaborations? Are you excited about that?
There's a deal on the pipeline. I won't say much because probably don't want to jinx it or yet. But just watch out for Lion Tutoring. You know, there's quite a number of deals that we've come with, and that will really help us to fight with our competitors in other markets. You know, we're in markets like Johannesburg, Durban, Nairobi, and some of our competitors are listed on their stock exchanges, so they've got billions share capital. And they've got money to play around with. But, you know, with Lion Tutoring now getting into those markets, having our local, and it all goes back to patriotism.
It does,
you know, I really feel better having an investment coming from a local asset manager than if it was just some company
That's
out there.
That's the real hashtag, right?
Yes,
that's the real hashtag,
exactly.
Support local,
Support local, And even with us knowing our company, knowing our board of directors, our structures, we're going to make sure that we don't screw this up. You know, you don't want to screw this up. Give them the return on investment and get them to even invest more as time goes on.
I love that.
Yeah.
I'm about to let you go. What question do you wish to be asked about investment that I haven't asked? Just ballpark it.
Okay. Yeah, maybe I would say, you know, I like to take investment with accountability. I would want to ask, and just you, your audience, and people here, that you know, how accountable are we? And not accounting in the sense of just, you know, your accounting softwares, but how accountable are we with other people's money? Because that is what is going to make the difference. That is what is going to allow companies to take a shot on you. If you're not accountable, if you're going to take the money and you're going to drive the latest car without growing the business, you know, how accountable are we? So that is the big question.
So I'm going to take that question to the next guest. Thank you very much for making my job easy.
I appreciate you.
You know what I mean?
Thanks
you look good. Until the next time I see you.
Thank you.
Which is probably another event.
Or your studio.
Or my studio for a longer conversation.
Yes, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, my brother, Lion Tutoring, CEO and founder, Thobo Khathola. All right, one of the most important people